Hello my fellow anglers and welcome back to the channel. It's your fishing friend here with another exciting forecast. Today we're diving deep into what the 8th of October 2025 holds for us across the beautiful waters of the United Kingdom. Now you might be looking at the calendar and thinking, early October, what's so special? Well my friends, this day promises a unique blend of autumn conditions that could either lead to some truly memorable catches or test every ounce of your angling patience. Stick around because I'm going to share some insider tips that will help you turn those challenging moments into triumphs, and we'll discover why this day is one you won't want to miss. Let's talk tactics for our finned friends, for freshwater enthusiasts, particularly those chasing the toothy pike and the aggressive perch. This is prime time. Look for pike near drop-offs, the edges of weed beds, and submerged structures like fallen trees or reed beds. Depths of 2 to 4 meters are often holding spots where they'll be ambushing baitfish. For perch, focus on deeper sections of canals and rivers, especially around bridges and lock gates where they find cover and ambush points. My little trick for pike is to use medium to heavy spinning gear with soft plastic shads or jerkbaits in natural baitfish patterns, retrieved slowly. For perch, small lures, jigs or float-fished worms can be incredibly effective. Now for our coarse fishing buddies, the dicked roach aft and bream are still actively feeding, but they're starting to move into deeper, more stable areas. Think depths of 3 to 6 meters in lakes and slower river stretches, particularly over soft, silty bottoms or near channel edges. A feeder rod is your best friend here. Use a fine ground bait mix with dead maggots or chopped worm. Hook baits like red maggots, worms, or a small piece of corn on a hair rig will often tempt a bite. Patience is key, and sometimes a less active presentation is more effective in cooler water. And for those who love the salty air, DC bass are still very active and feeding aggressively as they bulk up for winter. Estuaries remain hotspots, especially around low tides. On the open coastline, target areas with moving water where birds are signaling baitfish activity. Fish 2 to 3 hours before or after high and low tide when currents are strong. Night fishing on the coast can be particularly productive for larger bass in calm conditions. Try weedless, soft plastics in estuaries or shallow diving hard lures mimicking baitfish for the coast. Live sand eels or lugworms can also be absolute killers. Now let's get into the theoretical basis of our forecast, because understanding the why is just as important as the what. For the 8th of October 2025, the weather in the UK looks like a transition day. We're expecting light rain during the day and night in some areas, particularly in the northwest, with temperatures ranging from about 7 to 11 degrees Celsius. However, other forecasts suggest rain will be easing through Wednesday, with high pressure building and some sunny spells developing, especially in England. Temperatures could reach up to 17 degrees Celsius in the south by midday. Atmospheric pressure is likely to be on the rise after some rain, which usually leads to more stable conditions. Wind strength won't be extreme, but a moderate breeze is typical for autumn. Humidity will be around 87%. The cool temperatures, especially after any rain eases, will stimulate fish activity as they prepare for winter. Water temperatures in UK waters will be in a prime range for active feeding, generally between 12 and 17 degrees Celsius. Sea temperatures average around 15 to 17 degrees Celsius in coastal areas. This is cool enough to trigger a strong feeding response as fish's metabolisms are still high, but not so cold that they become sluggish. And the moon, my friends, holds a subtle influence. On the 8th of October 2025, we are in a waning gibbous phase. The moon's illumination will be high, around 93 to 97%, as it's just a day or two past the full moon. While scientific evidence can be debated, many experienced anglers, myself included, have noticed that fish activity can remain quite high during the waning gibbous phase, especially in the periods around moonrise, which will be after sunset. Some believe this extended light can make nocturnal feeders more active. Considering all these factors, the cooling water, the building high pressure, the still active moon, and the fish's natural drive to feed before winter, I'm giving the overall bite for the 8th of October 2025 a good to capricious. rating. It's not a day where fish will be jumping into your net, but with the right tactics and an understanding of these conditions, you can definitely have a very rewarding session. The key is to adapt your approach to the potentially transitional weather and target those holding spots where fish feel safe and food is readily available. So, my friends, I wish you all tight lines and nil desperandum. Never give up. May your nets be heavy and your spirits be light. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this forecast helpful. Subscribe for more angling adventures and share your own observations and plans for the 8th of October in the comments below. What are you planning to target? What are your go-to baits in early autumn? I'd love to hear your thoughts.